Okay, so moving into US7. So on Japan, he bought 1 fighter, 1 bomber, 1 infantry. He did come down here, hit my tank down here in Kwangtung. Was his decision. He had, like I said, he had different choices he could have made. He struck there. He did take up here at Vinkai. The most important thing he did is he moved 5 bombers, 2 fighters here to Karelia, which is going to complicate things with my fleets up here, right? I mean, we'll see. We could potentially buy another carrier and fly it over, and that would give us, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he'd have 7, 8. Yeah, still be on his side, so needs carrier and a destroyer, maybe 2 carriers. So, in any case, it's going to create some headaches with our fleet, one way or the other. I'm not sure what we're going to do there, but we got a turn to worry about that. For right now, we're going to play what we got for the U.S. So, good news with them over there. That takes pressure off of C-Zone 61. I think we're going to go ahead and get our fighter shuck coming from the islands rather than from the West USA now that we got the factories up. So we're actually going to send this carrier towards the Atlantic because obviously, you know, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 turns till he really gets into it. That's about when Germany will be taking down Moscow. And then it gets interesting because he'll probably be buying some bombers with Germany, and Japan's got all this Air Force, and we're going to want to have a Africa shuck as well as UK shuck. So we're going to need some more forces, some more air defenses in the Navy over on that side of that board. So this side we can build quickly and defend fairly quickly, not as easily on that side. So especially when we start talking about the Sea Lion and UK, of course. So we're not going to build anything in West USA this turn. We are going to build, we've got 10 building spots down here. So we're going to build 8 ground units down here, building 12 total. We're going to put 4 in the East USA, 2 for him coming back, 2 for him to pick up in Canada next turn. And we're going to get 1 more transport and 1 more fighter that we're going to build in here for one of our carriers to pick up to defend against that bomber. And then that fighter can start shucking, you know, India, Moscow, instead of West Russia, 61 Moscow. So certainly we're going to do that. We've got plenty to stay here on board. We do need all 5 of it. You're going to see what we're going to do up here. We need all, this is where this huge fighter force is going to be very beneficial for our dealings up in here. That's what we're going to do. We need all of these fighters to make it to there, because these 2 fighters are going to come over here with a carrier battleship, and that'll be enough for the 2 bombers and 1 fighter that can reach it. Even if we lose, even if we don't, even if the tank gets a hit back here, UK will take it before Japan's turn. So this fighter's out of the question. 1, 2, 3. So I don't have to worry about him. So 2 bombers and a fighter is all I need to protect here. I'm going to have a battleship and a loaded carrier. We're fine. I think that might be our only attack, actually. Now, those 2 little things continue to eat up Japan income at the very least, so they don't put more bombers over here on us. The Axis Air Force, that's the challenge when you get into these later game KJFs. Now we got a pretty big head start, so I'm hoping we can counter this okay still. But we bring this carrier over, maybe build another one over here eventually. We're going to have U.S. fighters here. Hopefully they last long enough that they can then fly here and over to the fleet or India, because that's where I like to go to next. When I have to abandon here, I'd like to get my Air Force in Northern Africa where they can go over to the Atlantic, or they can go over to India, back and forth. Just making sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they can all make Moscow. That's the key part. Oh, I could have used my battleship too, but hopefully one of those fighters hits. One fighter hits. Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, we didn't take it, but it's all right. So we're going to have a carrier destroyer fighter versus the one bomber there. Do want to bring the other two transports on down here. These guys, which way do we want to go? Do we want to go through India, or do you want to go up this way? A, B, A, B, A, B. I think we're going to go this way, for now at least. I'm going to give him a shot where he can take his 5 fighters on my fleet here. We do got... Yep. Okay, good. Let's just go ahead and switch this one over too, so I know we're on our primary defensive fight. Sub's not irrelevant. He's not going to attack it anywhere. You know what? On hindsight, we're going to take these up to China in case he decides to blitz in. We'll have them plus my fighters that can hit them over here. And then we can work our way up into just protecting China in general. So, you know, I planned my logistics ahead of time. So we got 3 transports here, 2 guys, 4 guys. So they can all grab and land here, or they can all grab and land in India. And then this transport can grab these guys and land in India. So we've got 8 guys plus, what was that, 7, 9 fighters targeting India right now. One of the things he's got to watch out for is the Italy grab. So we may come in here. You know, I don't know. We got different things. So he's got to watch the victory cities because, as you can see, I'm at 9 of 10. So if he hadn't been stacking Karelia, he'd be in trouble right now. Any case, that's what we're looking at. I see that's end of US, so we'll try and get the good old war report brought up. So 214, 220, 64, 143. So we just got to keep holding out. Keep that getting set up. So we are going to go ahead and fix this guy up. Just flat out infantry. We're going to need that money for, I'm sure he's going to bomb the heck out of us again. So we're going to save it and build again in the future. Alright, so this is the play that might surprise you a little bit. We're going to take a shot at him. Take a couple of these guys off for the moment. That should get us our 2 hits, and then we'll figure out our exact placements here in a minute. So I was hoping I'd be able to dead zone Karelia ultimately. I can yeah, I can stack Arch and Moscow, which is the good news. Oh, man. Come on, fighter. Do your job. I just want the guy off the board. There you go. Thank you. And that's better. Even better. So we're going to be able to stack these. I was hoping I'd be able to get enough up here to dead zone this, because then he's stuck. If Germany pulls out, those Japan units are pickings for UK. But unfortunately, he's got enough coming down here that he can blitz all his tanks up to here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to dead zone it, because he can bring this fighter over and this bomber over as well. So unfortunately, I don't think I am going to be able to dead zone, but we're at least going to have to split his forces up. And hopefully that's a good thing. Usually it's a good thing. Whiff. One hit back. All right. I remember we got 8 infantry coming in to here. So what I need to do is I just need to double check there. I think I need to move these other 3 units on into Arch, but I'm just going to double check that real quick. So yeah, we're going to move these 2. We're going to keep the tank back. That leaves him a 9.5% shot on Moscow. This gives him like a, I don't know, like a 45% chance, but very negative profit. And if he did attack that with Germany, again, that would expose his Japan planes to my fleets here. So there we go. So yes, once again, I am leaving him the shot at these, but again, it would be costly because I could counter it and he'd lose everything. He's got a kind of a shot here, but it'd be costly because he'd lose, you know, basically everything but his fighters and a tank maybe, and I would be wiping out his Japan forces. Because even if he put 7 down there, 12, 13, 14, and then I hit 2 and 13 fighters into there, I think we're going to do all right. 2 transports, that is. So 4 ground. All right, so that's our setup now. So these 2 will be able to go in on US8 to defend G9. Again, I don't think G9 is too much a concern. G10 might be a bit more of a concern. So we'll be able to build here G8, G9 not in. So we could build 2 fighters in here on this fighter. Will be able to go into here on G8 and then into G9. We'll be able to build 2 fighters here on G8 and fly in on G9. So we'll be able to get 3 more US fighters in for the G10 timing, and we might just build 3 fighters down in UK for UK8 to fly in on UK9 to get 6 more fighters. We'll do the math. We'll math out what that G10 looks like before we get to that, but that's what we're looking at.